The 5th chapter, we're going to start at verse 1. A passage that we've heard before. And the angle that God wants us to come from is going to be a little different. But we're going to get the message across. And we thank God for our viewers. We thank God for the people that have sown into this ministry and never set foot in this building. We honor our family members and our friends that are supporting Agape Community Church. And I want to also acknowledge my one auntie that has been very supportive, Aunt Mildred. She is absolutely profound in the city of Detroit, in the state of Michigan. Give a shout out to her. All right, you preachers, here we go. After this, verse 1, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool. The sheep market would be sort of like the place of festivities like downtown here, where people are gathered to exchange, flea markets and things like that. So people everywhere, and it's stuff going on. I'm selling things, people buying things, and merchants and all of that. So at this sheep market, it's a pool. And watch this, which in Hebrew called Bethesda, this having 5 porches. In these pools lay a great multitude. Somebody say great. Great. And we're not exaggerating. A great multitude of impotent folk, of blind folk, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Now here we go. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease they had. So when the water was stirred, you step in and get cured. Dun-dun. Y'all with me? This is at this flea market, all this stuff going on. People were over here that were blind and impotent. These folks was over here waiting for something else. You got the festivities taking place. We having a good time over here. And over here, it's a horrible scene because people were blind. I mean, if you get one blind person, we'll all escort you in and try to seat you and make you feel as comfortable as possible. But when you got a host of blind folks, you got something going on now. They tripping all over the place. They stumbling and fumbling. And they're looking for somebody to lead them in a right direction. Are y'all with me? When you got people that are lame and bedridden, needing help, it's a shortage of help. More so than it is the pain and agony and discomfort. Are y'all with me this morning? So you got everybody, you got 2 atmospheres here. You got one where people are shopping and the festivities and they spending money and they bargaining and having a good time. And over here you got people moaning and groaning and looking for some assistance. And they all have one thing in common. And over here they got one thing in common. Over here is misery. I'm waiting for an angel to come down and stir this water so I can step in and get this thing up off me. I'm waiting for God to do something because they said that if you get over here at a certain season, an angel, I don't know when the angel, I don't know when the eclipse, I don't know what's going on. All I know is I'm trying to get healed. And irregardless of them having a good time, you would think they'll come over and help. But no, they got something else on their mind. And I got healing on my mind. I got deliverance on my mind. My pain has been with me so long that the only hope I have left is to get in this pool and get delivered. What about God? So they're waiting. They're waiting for the moving of the water. Because an angel, at some point in time, is going to, I don't know what that looked like. I don't even know if they saw it. Maybe the water starts stirring up, and then people start jumping in, and somebody said, no, there wasn't an angel this time. It just a slight earthquake. Come on back out. And they done threw Uncle Leroy in there, and he all crippled. No, you better get Leroy out, fish him on out. Didn't work. You got people in the water, and they say, why are you in the water? It ain't stirred up yet. You're going to mess things up. You got all kind of mayhem and confusion taking place over here. Are y'all with me? When you need help, you ain't always cooperative. Pain don't always make you cooperative. Sometimes pain is so aggravating, you can't communicate effectively. Pain will make you frown. You don't be smiling when you got pain. It's all right. No, it ain't all right. I can't sing that happy song when I got this bill that what you say, if I'm about to get evicted. And you know, my money is not, I don't have enough, and I don't know anybody that's going to help bail me out. No, it's not a happy-go-lucky, let's have fun festivity in my heart. I know God is good, I understand that, but I need him to show up and show out. I need a rescuer. So here they are waiting, and whoever stepped in, this dis-ease or this predicament you're in is done with in a moment of a twinkling of an eye. All we got to do is dive in the water. Jamila, here's what I want you to do. When you see the water moving, I know I'm in pain, but I'm going to stand right here, and I just want you to push me in. And Jamila pushed me in, the water ain't even moving. I'm in the water, I'm trying to swim. She finished. Hey, he done. Did Dad come up yet? Uh-huh. All right. Verse 5, and a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had now or been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, may I have your attention, please? Please look at me. Now, we like to accredit Jesus as knowing everything, but I want to submit to you, you can see pain. You can see somebody that's been in that predicament for a long time. You don't have to have it revealed to you by way of conversation. You just know somebody's been in a predicament for a long time. You can see hurt and pain for a long time. You know, you can experience hurt or pain deep and say, ouch. That don't mean it's going to linger on. That ouch come and the ouch go. Pain come and go. Some pain stick around a long time. You can have a stomach ache for a long time. You know, you can have a backache, hello somebody, for a long time. You can have a toothache, and they say, that an abscess. Well, we can't do nothing until that go down. So you got one pain that leads to another pain. Are y'all with me on that? You can see pain lingering. So Jesus looked at him and said, boy, this guy been in this predicament a long time. That case, that's a tough case over here. But look who's on the scene.
Jesus.
So he asked him a question. Will thou be made whole, or do you want to get better? And this man, which is impotent, he answered, said, sir, I don't have anybody. I'm paraphrasing. I don't have a man, I don't have a friend to help me. He's been in this predicament 38 years, and he still don't have nobody to help him. He still can't find a friend that'll say, come on over here to the pool of Bethesda, and I'm going to support you. We're going to support you, that when the raw water is troubled, we're going to assist you to get relief. We don't have the money. We don't have the ability to house you, but if the angel is supposed to come, then we'll stand on guard with you. We will stand side by side in your dilemma. We'll stand with you until you get your breakthrough. He said, I don't even have that. And I will submit to you this morning, I quite understand. Because when something goes bad in one another's life, we'll be there for a couple of days. But if it stick around and we look up and we have to spend some time with you, and if we look up and we have to get off work and come and rescue you, or come and sit with you, or come and set things up for you to go to the doctor, to go to the therapist, or to go and get some type of assistance, we will grow weary in well-doing. Or we'll get tired of you real quick. 38 years, my goodness. You ain't got over this thing yet? I'll give you 2 weeks. And for those of us that have experienced death, we know that people come around and awake and they'll be there and they bring all the food and let me know if you ever need me. And they echo out all of this kind of talk and comforting words. But the truth of the matter is they went back home and you're still dealing with your stuff. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. They'll leave you and forsake you. You say, I need you next week. Oh, well, let me look at. That happens. So this man said, I don't have a friend. He probably burned all his bridges with the help that he needs. He was lame. And he had no ability to work on his own or to do on his own. Jesus knew his case. So he said, will thou be made whole? Or do you just want a handout? Do you want to be made entirely and lacking nothing? Or do you just want us to lay hands on you and you still keep your disability? Or do you want Jesus to heal you and you go back to work? Oh, not in this church. That must have been for our viewing audience. Are you trying to get healed, or are you just trying to get by? Are we trying to manipulate God and his power and say we really want to be transformed, or do we want a little something and we still want to continue doing the things that we like doing? So he said, man, I have no friend, and I don't know who you are and why you insult me with why I'm here. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't trying to get help. We say that all the time. All right, at the end of service, we say, did anybody need prayer? And then we don't get anybody up here, but everybody needs prayer. But we don't come together and touch an agreement because sometimes the pride kick in, or we think God is going to handle it the way we want him to handle it. But God has a body of believers. God said, I sent some prophets, evangelists, lay people and people to pastors to help you, for the perfecting, to help you, to get you in a better position to trust me. We send people, he send the body of Christ with their skills and their abilities to help you. People don't just have titles just to flaunt them. They have the ability that God has invested in them to help you. So at the end of the service, we say, okay, the exhortation, the preaching, and all of that has taken place. Now respond to it. Now it's your turn to be transparent. It's one thing to come to church. It's another thing to leave delivered. It's another thing to leave with faith and hope and expectations now unto him. We say we give it to him, but sometimes in church services, we take it back by worrying about it. We say we cast our cares on him, but in the church service, we're flaunting and flirting with our cares. And God said, no, I got it. I tell you what, I've got some evangelists and prophets up here that can help go in further depth than where you can in the spiritual warfare. All you got to do is come this direction. The man was at the right place. He was at the right place. He had the right dilemma. The dilemma was everybody else had forsook him. The dilemma was I still, after 38 years, I'm still in the same predicament. I'm trying to get delivered. I'm trying to get set free. I just have no man. Nobody is telling me other than to get to this pool. That's all I know, so that's where I'm at. That's all we know. Go to church. That's all we know. Listen to the preacher preach. That's all right. That's the faith the size of a mustard seed. But now we got to exercise and let our faith grow. Yes. That's why we lay hands on you. Not because we have the power, but we just want to touch and agree. We want to come together and see you delivered. We want to come together and see you set free. Not just at the pool, but in the presence of Jesus. Yes. He said, I don't have a friend. And then I got all this other stuff. Watch this, D. Then on top of that, whoever you are, Mr. Man, asking me our personal business. Every time I try to get in there, somebody else step in before me. I don't have a friend. I'm in a bad predicament. It's been like this a long time. And then you got all the other people that's bogarting and getting the help. They step in, they get made whole, and they don't turn around and help. They just go in, get delivered, and they good. Me, myself, and I. And that's an indictment to the church. Sometimes we get it to where we have obtained things and we got it going on, and then God said, okay, I need you to sacrifice. Okay, I just made you whole. I just delivered you. Now help me, assist me in delivering somebody else. Quit walking around with your chest out. Quit walking around quoting scriptures and talking about how good I am. Help me. The harvest is plenteous. It's the laborers that are few. Let's do something. Let's do ministry. Let's go and help somebody else get delivered. And we wonder why sometimes we still in our mess. God probably can't trust us. Soon as he bail us out, we good. We don't need to do ministry that, man, I've never seen. I think Cedric was alluding to that. This is the first time I've ever seen. You think now I'm going to use these eyes to help somebody else? No, let me behold stuff. Let me run around here seeing colors and people. I've heard them all my life. Now I want to see them and talk to my auntie and see the expressions. I don't want to use them to see pain and mayhem. I don't want to use these eyes to see hurt. I don't want to use my hands to lift somebody up. I want to use my hands to eat. I want to use my hands to enjoy myself. That's why I want God to deliver me, for me. That's why he say, when I'm trying to get in Christine. He's saying, when I'm trying to get in, somebody step in before me. I see that they were delivered, and they walk right past me, man. They get set free. And they forget that I'm here. Every time that's discouraging. I don't know who you are, but man, I'm all discombobulated. I'm messed up over the people that's delivered. They abandoned me. Me will I be made whole. Listen to this stuff. I'm trying to get in. They get out, and they don't know me no more. But while we trying to get in, you ever been in the welfare line? Food stamp line? When they're giving out free something? You bet. That conversation is totally different. That line long, ain't it?